Hey you guys, thank you for watching another episode of Amor Conversation with me, Abiel Amor here. Today I have a dope designer named Kells Barnett, also known as Kells Mania on Instagram. But before we get into that conversation, are you subscribed? If not, sis, you need to go ahead and click that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications, and leave your comments down below after you watched our entire conversation. And also, make sure you're keeping the conversation going. Head over to Twitter and use the hashtag #AmorConversation.
It's a good day, good vibes. It's a good day, good vibes. It's a good day, good vibes. I thank God I'm alive.
So you guys, if you don't know, I'm here with the amazing, well-rounded Kells Barnett.
Yes.
I googled you. Shan, also known as Kells Mania on Instagram. So I feel like it's best for you to say what you title yourself as, like what you do and all of that jazz.
Well, that's crazy you asked. I was just talking to someone about titles, and titles are so weird to me because it puts you like in a permanent box. So if someone says they're a designer or whatever, like you're always going to think of them as a designer. When they do something else, you're like, but you don't do that. So, you know, for professional reasons, we do have titles. Like I'm a designer of 5001 Flavors, custom clothing company since 1992, celebrating 25 years in business. Co-owner of Harlem Haberdashery Boutique, which is the retail expression of 5001 Flavors, the founder of Take Care of Harlem, which is my non-for-profit organization that does just that, Take Care of Harlem. Amongst other things, I'm a father, I'm a liquor connoisseur.
A Hennessy connoisseur.
A dark liquor connoisseur, not just Hennessy.
Whiskey. I really don't like Hennessy or...
You like cognacs?
No.
Wow.
I like Irish whiskey. And then people are like, you got hair on your chest? It's like, not yet.
Long as it's dark, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm a cognac, and then there's a whiskey, and then I'll do a gin. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, speaking of that, I associate you too with pizza and Hennessy, and you mentioned that you don't like titling yourself because it puts you in a box.
Correct.
But with conversation, you're great at branding.
Correct.
So tell me about your hashtags and how did you know to start hashtagging? Like how long have you been hashtagging?
So what happened with the hashtags is because I do so much, it hashtags allowed me to keep track of everything that I was doing. It was a reference for myself to go back, okay, this was this event, this was this event. And I realized that what happens, especially on Instagram, is once you post a picture and you post 20 pictures on top of it, you've buried that picture. So you can't keep saying, hey, guys, go back to 20 weeks ago and look at this old picture. So I quickly realized that hashtags connects pictures that on your page or on your page or on someone else's page, and it connects that event together. So when somebody clicks, like, yo, you missed the event, word, instead of going to everybody's page, oh, it's all right there. So I've been using hashtags literally probably since Instagram started. At first, I was using it silly. I wasn't using it in the best manner until I realized what it was really for. And that's when I started Take Care of Harlem, that connected everything we were doing in the community to this one hashtag. Like, and not just myself. I was going to someone's page if I see them doing a coat drive and putting Take Care of Harlem. This is even before I officially started Take Care of Harlem as its own entity. I was going to other people's pages like, okay, you guys are taking care of Harlem. And stuff that I was doing on just the scale of me doing it until we said, yo, let's stamp this, what we're doing, Take Care of Harlem. And that's how Take Care of Harlem was born, literally from Instagram and a hashtag.
He's a visionary because he knew he was doing this before you could follow hashtags on Instagram.
Correct.
So going back, let's go get into 5001 Flavors.
Okay.
Then we got to get back to Take Care of Harlem. So let's focus on 5001 Flavors and its inception. Like,
so 5001 Flavors, man, is, you know, what's incredible about it is when I talk to someone about it, they don't realize that they've heard it or they know the brand until you say something. They're like, oh, like, because we don't put labels. We're not. I don't go to industry events. 5001 Flavors is a custom clothing company that was started by my family in 1992. We originally started out by doing like leather baseball jerseys, leather basketball jerseys. Leather was really big in the golden era of hip hop, like the early 90s. Everybody wanted to look like they had money. They wanted to be big. They wanted to be fly. So level was the way in. Some of the first big artists that we did were Heavy D, and then most people know us from Notorious B.I.G., who always shouted us out, and we did the Juicy Notorious B.I.G. video, which really blew us up. But still, people didn't know who 5,001 Flavors was because rappers weren't saying it in songs. Like, so we have all these great relationships with rappers, and what happens is our business is word of mouth, which is great. I think that's why we've been able to stay relevant so long, is because we're not like quote unquote oversaturated. If
not
that
a fad.
correct. And we consistently switch up. So we went from the leather era, then we went to the shiny suit era.
You were part of the shiny suit?
We made the shiny suits. More money, more problems. Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
What?
So our resume, you know what's so crazy about our resume? Sometimes someone will say something, I'm like, oh yeah, we did do that. Or sometimes my brother has to ask, oh, I have to, like, you look at the picture like, oh yeah, we did do that. Because what happens is we work on so many big projects that once that project is done, we're on to the next project. But it lives with that person. That person who is, whatever that big artist is, they're stuck on that project. We already on 40 projects from that. So, you know, growing up in this business and watching my family develop this business, I necessarily didn't want to be a part of fashion, but I was kind of like born into it. And then I just realized I had a knack for it. You know, coming from Harlem, everybody think they fly. So we already think, everybody think they're a fashion designer or a stylist in Harlem. So I was kind of making my own way in Harlem. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to give the family business a try. And then once I really got into it, like I said, I was born into it. But once I really, really like put my mind to it and thought of new ways to market ourselves and to market what we're doing and to get our word out, it kind of like stuck with me. And I said, okay, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what I think happens, especially in business with family, is that it's because something is so in reach that you don't go hard as you know what I'm saying. So it kind of happened by mistake. Yeah, it happened by mistake. But you know, being in this business, in the fashion business with family, is absolutely incredible. It's a gift and a curse. It's a fucking headache. It's not a headache. It's incredible though.
No, it's amazing.
It is incredible. And like I said, what's really dope about it is that more people are excited for what we do. That's how I know that what we're doing is important. And I say it all the time, like what we're doing is historic. Like I feel like people are gonna be talking about the shit we do in history books. Like, yo, some motherfuckers from Harlem, they was doing dope shit. We changed the world of fashion. We single-handedly changed the world of fashion. Not saying anybody else didn't, but we really put our stamp on a lot of in fashion.
A lot of covers, XXL covers,
yes.
With Biggie, with 50 Cent. I saw that you did a cover for that, and I'm just looking at this.
All the No Limit stuff.
All of this. I'm looking at this, and here I am sitting with the person that's responsible for these looks that's on these covers. It's amazing.
And what's crazy is because we're in like a rewind phase now, some brands remade stuff that we made. And you know, I go to trade shows and they're showing me this shit. I'm like, wait, that's me. That's our shit. So it's funny, like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? It's a homage, but I feel like we as a people, not saying like black, just people in the fashion community, we don't do enough research. We see something the first time and that's the person who made it. And they don't realize that, especially Instagram changed the game completely. So a designer, a rinky-dink designer with 80 followers could design the dopest shit in the world. Somebody off in Italy, Milan, whatever, can somehow find that person, get to that person's page, do that same exact design, make it, I made this up. Who are you going to believe? The person with 80 followers, person with 80 million followers. And that's how it happens. This is how it happens. So, you know, the fashion world is crazy, it's beautiful, it's shark-infested waters, but it's incredible, man. It is incredible. But we've been able to stay relevant for so long. One, because we're family, and two, we kind of stay to ourselves. We're not about the industry. And
I just saw Diddy dancing.
Literally
a couple days ago, and he's wearing.
Correct. And I posted that late because it was, like I said, we do so. It wasn't a big deal to me. I didn't realize.
This is every day.
I know. I didn't realize that video like went viral, but that's Diddy. Like, you know, he's an energetic person, but people really, really love that video, and everybody loves that type of sweat. So it's like a leisure suit, like something you wear on your everyday hustle, and people really love. So once I posted, people start, yo, how much is this? How much is that? I'm like, okay, like, we do fly as shit than that. Like, it was crazy that people levitated towards that suit, but what it was is people are buying his lifestyle. They're buying into his brand. He's always happy. He's always confident. People like that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, if he would have been sitting around his house sad, nobody.
That's so true.
It would have been the same thing.
They're buying into that, so you're not really promoting the celebrity, because I've seen that you styled for, designed for Claire.
Correct.
Sulmers.
Yes.
So what you're giving her is for her. I feel
Correct.
like, because you're designing for them.
Correct.
So that's amazing. Like you take that into account. So you work with DJ Khaled as well.
Correct. Well,
So,
what happens with most celebrities that, and people ask me that all the time. People come to the store, does what you call it come here? The business is kind of structured in a way where most times we're working with the stylist, and I actually prefer that because to me, behind the scenes people are always more important to me than the actual celebrities. Now, what happens is we do have great, beautiful relationships with a lot of celebrities, but it didn't happen because of fashion. It happened because people come around like, oh, like I love you guys. It's not you guys are designers. I have to love you. People really genuinely like us when they come around.
Yeah.
Like I said, behind the scenes people are always incredible to me. So even before he got famous, like Steve Stout was always incredible to me. I always knew who he was because I was more impressed with the person who was writing the check of the person that we were impressed with.
Listen.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so I knew all about these people. So we work predominantly with stylists. The stylists are the people who come. So a lot of times, believe it or not, we don't know who the stuff is for until we see it. Now with Cal is a little bit different because his stylist is like family and we work with him. We know who it is. But I promise you, a lot of times you're like, oh, like we have no idea who it's for until we see it on the stage. Because a lot of stylists don't know that we may have worked with that artist before. So the artist sometimes know, oh, these are my people. So when the artist gets a new stylist, the stylist don't know that we know that artist. So it's a crazy world, but like I said, it's a very big space to be in because you're meeting people every day, and it's no such thing in fashion to me as oversaturation. I think it's an oversaturation of importance. Most people, because of Instagram, because we're so visual, everybody wants to be a stylist, everybody wants to be a PR, everybody wants to be a manager. But I feel like once you give yourself that title, you have to show for it. So a lot of times, and nobody is bigger than anybody to me. So I meet stylists who are working with reality TV stars, who are some of the greatest people in the world. I work with people who are just doing like local artists. But then you get some people who want to run down a list of people who don't really mean anything to you because it really doesn't mean anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want to be bigger than their job. So a lot of stylists want to be bigger than their artists. And that's why I love...
Really?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Some encounters, like working with stylists, the designer-stylist relationship.
Well, what happens with a lot of new people is we want to be Instagram famous. We want to be social media famous. So we'll put our predominant job, which is styling client A, over client A. Like, we want to be hot. We want to be fly. And I think what happens with a lot of stylists, the reason why there is a quote-unquote oversaturation, because the revolving door is crazy. And a lot of people get washed up when they want to go to industry events, when they want stuff for free and don't give a good return on investment. So sometimes people email me, they're like, oh, I do this, I do this, I do this, right? But this person, the celebrity they're talking about, was just in the Louis Vuitton store buying wild stuff. But when they hit someone who's a quote-unquote unknown designer, they want it for free. Now I'm like, that's cool, right? But at what point do you bring a budget to me? So I always ask. So in my early years, I didn't know how to deal with that. So it took me a while to get my script together. So now my first thing is, what is your budget?
Yes.
That just shuts somebody completely. Like, oh, okay, this is what kind of time it is. Because people, when they find us on Instagram, when they find me on Instagram, because they've never seen me, they don't know me. They think I'm a nobody. So, you get exposure. I don't want exposure.
You can't pay bills with exposure.
You can't pay bills with exposure. You can't buy fly shit. You can't buy good
you can't
cognac.
Keep this going.
You cannot
with
keep
exposure.
And some exposure is good, but not all exposure is good exposure, right?
No,
Now I will give you a look for exposure if that. Let's connect. Let's meet. Like you taking the stuff. Perfect example, and I'm not gonna say no names.
Please.
perfect example. Like I said, in my early years, I made a lot of mistakes. And you'll give somebody something, they say it's for another celebrity. You go on their page, and they got it on at their birthday party. That's what a lot of people do.
Wow.
That's what a lot of people do. A lot of they're not gonna admit it, But a lot of people
So
a lot of people take stuff on behalf of their client. Now, if the client buys it, and what happened, you go to a photo shoot, there's stuff left around all the time. But if you borrowed that from me, you borrowed that from me because you were giving it to who so and so, but you have it on. That's disrespectful. Wow. That's disrespectful.
So do you confront them about that? Like, how do you handle that?
No, I just don't deal with them anymore, and that's when I kind of, like I said, develop my own script to what's the budget, and that puts people right in a respectable place there, and then you keep it real. But my thing is, we're willing to work with people, but don't always come with the free. At what point do you have a budget for me? Like, I see, this is a visual world. Like, I can see where you at. I can see what you guys are doing. And I know all these brands are not giving you stuff for free, so don't come for me because we pull. No, you can't pull from me. Like, at some point, I need you to pull some money out of there.
Listen, that goes with every creator. You need to be respectful, especially if you are a creator and you're freelancing. You need to respect that you want to get paid and another person that you're reaching out to wants to get paid as well.
Correct.
Everyone, because they have a certain amount of followers on Instagram, they feel like everything is entitled to them.
Let me tell you something about entitlement. Yo, followers on Instagram don't mean nothing. So, fast forward a bit to Harlem Haberdashery, the boutique, right? We do a lot of events, we do a lot of pop-ups, and I'm always, accommodating and working with people. And sometimes you'll have someone come with 300,000 followers. They can't fill a room. Then you work with somebody who has 20 followers, and the block is packed. So I learned that. I'm talking about year one of the boutique being open. I learned that Instagram followers don't mean nothing, because visually, when you first see it, you're like, oh, you hyped up a little bit. But if that person, like I said, has no return on investment,
when it comes to in person,
correct.
They don't have
if that person can't promote your shit or your brand or your show, and it results into something, followers don't mean nothing. I'm talking. I know people with a verified blue check that can't make anything happen for themselves, like not a single thing. And I'm not saying they're a bad person, but some of these people are people who believe because I have 800,000 followers or I'm hot. You're not hot. Because if you were hot, you wouldn't have to tell me you was hot. That's the beautiful thing about being hot, regardless of if I know you or not. Like I always tell people, and there's certain people in neighborhoods that everyone knows, regardless if you know that person or not. Same thing in the fashion world, same thing in media. Even if you don't know them, like, oh, I know of that person, you don't have to tell nobody, yeah, I'm hot. I do this, I do that. This is why titles are weird to me. That's why I don't like going to networking events. People like, yeah, like, I'm like, oh,
slash.
And it's so weird.
I like networking events.
I've been to a couple that's dope as shit, but for the most part, once you start giving business cards, and you're like, yeah, my cousin friend, you're like, oh God, here we go. I'm a staff. I'm like, okay. And then it's like, I mention somebody to them, and they be like, I don't know, but it's certain people like.
And that's where you check their temperature.
Correct.
Like, okay.
Like if you're in the fashion world, certain people I feel like you should know. Like when somebody come around, you should be like, yo, who that? Like Groovy Lou was a stylist, Puff Stylist. That's someone you should know if you want to be a stylist. You should do some due diligence. But you're not in fashion. You know what I'm saying? But most people know who Groovy Lou is. Most people in fashion are like, nah, it's Groovy. He does not have an Instagram. He has no social media platforms. But he's very influential.
You're saying, I agree with you when you're saying someone that has 20 followers, they can pack a room. What is that? Why do you feel like that is so? What's the difference?
I think that we're drawn to visual. Especially our generation, we're drawn to visually pleasing stuff, but visually pleasing stuff doesn't always cross over to fun. Perfect example, like I said, if someone has 200,000 followers and they're doing a party, you may know firsthand this person parties is whack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just you could have it could be packed and it could be a whack party. Or you go to a house party with fucking 16 people and it's the craziest party in the world. It's about vibes. Some people don't have the vibe. Visually, they're incredible. Your Instagram page is a package, right? Visually, oh, this shit is fucking incredible, right? But the minute they try to turn that into something else, you're like, you're incredible, but you're not that incredible.
Chill.
Or there are people in your life and people in my life for whatever reason don't follow you or me because I'm not offering what they want to see visually from me. Like some people only want to see me fly. They don't want to see community shit. Like I don't want that positive shit. Save that shit for someone else. So when I give them that, they don't want that. But then if you give all ratchet people, all the people who like the community shit, so it's a balance. And that's so hard about social media and Instagram is where do you keep the fucking balance? So I think that's what it is. Some people just don't know how to balance their shit. If you give me all these beautiful pictures and I never see any personality from you, now you're doing a party, an event, I don't know if I want to go there. Like, I don't know. And here's the other flip side. If you have all those followers, I don't want to go there and feel less than. I don't want to go there and you're going to make me feel like I'm whack with my shit. Like, you have some people like that.
Is that what, like with networking, you say you do not like networking events. What made those events trash? Like, some things.
It's just weird to me because, like I said,
the business cards.
I think most creatives, especially speaking for myself, I am an introvert who is forced to be an extrovert. I only talk about myself because I have to talk about my business. If you don't talk about your business, you are done. But it's so weird when you're in this space of people who go to networking events, all they really want to do is talk, and I really don't want to talk. I really just want to say, go look at my Instagram. Like, just like, I don't, go see what it just sounds weird. It sounds forced. Now, if it's organic, I love organic shit. I don't like, this is what I do, and this is what I do.
So how did we meet?
Randomly followed each other on Instagram.
Really? I feel like it was, did you go to the Fashion 500 in 2015?
I was honored in 2015. You was, that's how we met.
And I
see?
followed you.
Correct.
And you.
Correct. See? Yeah, see? Okay, so that's what it was. But that's what I like. So when I go to events, what I normally do is I'll follow it, because certain events, whoever's in that room is somebody of my same energy or world, right? So sometimes I follow people because they have a good energy about them. And it has nothing to do with how many followers. They could be following 10,000 people and following 200 people. And you have some people who don't follow people like that. But I go to somebody's page, I'm like, this person page. I'm like, it sucks that this person numbers aren't the other way around. Some people have a good energy about them. Just from looking at their picture, like, I would hang with this person. That's literally why I follow people. I'm like, I would hang with this person. Or I think this person would enjoy what I do. And sometimes they don't follow back. Oh, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know what's beautiful is sometimes when I follow someone, and for whatever reason, you know, they don't follow back, and it's nothing I really take personal, but then they meet you again, they're like, oh, she's like, and then they follow you, like, motherfucker, I was trying to tell you, I was hot, like, what the fuck, what the fuck, like,
but
you know?
Don't you hate when you're at events, and then they do this whole measurement thing, where they tell you to pull out your Instagram, and they're just trying to, like, see where you're at.
Really?
You don't have that?
No.
Listen, well, I guess in the beauty community, when I go to events, they'll say, oh, what's your Instagram? Just type it in. So you'll type in your Instagram, they'll look, and then they'll compare. Like the person that's asking, like, it's a measurement thing. It's like to see who's the biggest in the room. They want to know who has the most following. You don't get that?
No.
So say I come up to you, and I'm like, oh, can I see your Instagram? What's your Instagram? I'm looking you up, and then I'll just look, and I'm like, oh, you determine whether or not you're gonna follow. I guess maybe that's just.
No, I've never heard of no shit like that. No.
I feel like that's the thing. Like, people treat you a little bit differently when they see.
Well, that is true. I've never had someone come up to me and ask me, but people do treat you. Perfect example, a networking event. Until you know who I am, you almost like, whatever, motherfucker.
And then, because he be fly. So
no. What I'm telling you is, and then so motherfuckers is talking, and then for whatever reason, someone like, what's your Instagram? And they'll look at your page, like, like they're like, oh, that's you. Most people. Because Instagram is like a different kind of context. So then when you see somebody like live in person, like a real person, most people don't put me to my, they're like, oh wait, you can't, they're like, oh my, they'll have a picture of something that I've worn. It's so, they're like, yo, I just saved my picture to show my girl. It'd be so weird. But it's so dope because I don't ever want to be a person that people can't feel they can say that to. Like, yo, I just saved it. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a black man, I don't want to be like, damn, I don't really fuck with him. So people, sometimes, especially because I wear a lot of bright colors, so motherfuckers will see me in the street like, yo, you Kells Mania. And I be like, Brooklyn, Queens. Like, it's so dope. It's so dope.
Okay.
So it is, you know what I'm saying? That, I can agree. People do treat you differently because they see you official. I don't know if it's because, this person has a lot of followers, he lit. You can see if somebody's official. And people say Instagram is not real life. I beg to differ. I think it's a parallel to your real life. Now, people who don't say it's not a real life, that's because they're not operating in that space. Like, I'm trying to give you my life. Now, I'm not going to tell you when my bills is due, when I'm fucked up, when I'm home crying, because nobody wants to be around that energy. You know what I'm saying? But I am going to show you the great things that I feel about my
So you went to school for marketing, though, so you brought that.
I went to school to market. I went to school for business, and I have a minor in marketing and media. But a lot of marketing stuff, like we were talking earlier before, is self-taught. So they teach you the basics. They almost teach you like water is wet, and then you just got to figure out, don't go into the 20-foot pool. Yeah. So marketing is I love it, because you're trying to find the psychology of someone's mind and why they're buying stuff. And anyone can be sold anything. It's kind of scary, and it's kind of like creepy when you say it that way, but you know, marketing is brilliant ways of selling people stuff. You can be sold anything. It's a matter of what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's incredible. Marketing.
I don't need that in my life. I've probably been sold already. I'm always on Instagram. I'm clicking links and I'm buying things.
Just bullshit, right? You're like, what? And then you get it. You're like,
why I got a sushi roller in my house?
Why the fuck do I got this? That's why, you know, at night, just turn your fucking TV off and go to sleep. Because all that as seen on TV, you be like, I fucking do need something to climb up my own wall. Like,
what was that video? Do you follow Will Smith on Instagram? He did that video where he bought that thing, and he's just over here.
The selfie stomach thing. Yo, that was incredible. When I seen that, I was like, maybe I could be fire.
It could work, you know. It could work.
Yo, that shit was hilarious. Yeah.
So you have the black tie event. How did that start?
The black tie started.
First of all, I want to say a disclaimer. If you are ever looking to go to a high class, very grown up, sexy event, follow him, because he's always putting on or he's a part of something where there's grown, beautiful black people in one room that are doing something in respective, like lawyers or fashion.
So the way it started was we as a whole, as a collective, my family doesn't like industry. I don't like industry parties. I don't like industry vibes. So we started doing our own events. Because like I said, we have friends in the industry, and they're the same way. Most people in the industry don't like industry parties. They don't like industry friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We go, you know what I'm saying, it's part of the motions, but that's why most people go to industry events with their crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what happened. You know, maybe we grew up in a different era. Maybe it was different in the 90s where industry parties were like really late. People tell me stories. I'm like, damn, I wish I was there. Like, I just think it's different now. Of it all. Correct. I think it's different now. So we started doing black ties for like someone's birthday. Or sometimes we'll go to a restaurant and it'll be a black tie birthday dinner.
Oh, that's nice.
Because we like dressing up.
Oh, yes.
Like, I love dressing up. I would dress up every day if I could. It's just not, you know, it's not feasible to what I do, because then when you dress up every day, people are like, damn you. I don't like that attention. I know it sounds weird. Every day, like, I wear a tuxedo every day if I could, like, honestly.
Yo.
I honestly would. But, you know, that's just not realistic. So we started doing black ties to, we knew that we had the influence to do dope shit. And I used to go to black ties, and I was like, this is really not a black tie. Can't go to a black tie in a strip club. Like, it was, like, kind of weird. Like, really? It was kind of weird what a lot of people were doing. That's why most people's birthdays, you know, they're in like a ballroom gown, but they're in a strip club. Like, because young black people, don't have dope places to go. Exactly. And then there are a lot of people starting to do some really dope ass events, like really upscale events. And that's thanks to social media, because you see someone else doing it, you're like, oh, I can do it too. And that's great. We need more people doing it. I'm not saying, oh, people copied off of us. No, we need fucking 400. Like, we need more people to do it, because black people created elegance and dope shit, like, and being fly. Like, so we need to, you know what I'm saying, express that to our people. So it started out, like I said, at somebody's birthday party. Then it became something official once we, so okay, let's start doing some fundraising or something. Because, you know, we got something here. So the first year we were like trying to figure out what we had. In between the first year and the second year, that's when I officially started Take Care Harlem. And I never forget this day. I did a really big Take Care Harlem event, and some executives, let me rewind a bit. Some people walked in. I didn't know they were executives at the time. Some people walked in, because if you search the hashtag, what I do love about hashtags is if you're nosy enough, if you have enough patience, you can get back to its origin. So people were always, every hashtag I had was leading back to Harlem Haberdashery, which is our boutique, is the hub. Yeah. So this guy walked in, and he was executive for all the public hospitals in New York, not just one, like all. And within probably a week, 2-3 weeks, I became a partner of they became a community partner of mine. All the hospitals in New York. Now what happened was I just levitated towards Harlem Hospital because it was right there.
Yeah.
So then we started working with Harlem Hospital, and our first real big event we did was the second black tie. So then all of our efforts and community efforts benefited Harlem Hospital, the pediatrics department, the outpatients pediatrics department. So we've raised books, we've donated toys, we've raised money, and they bought like chairs so the moms can sit with their babies in the NICU. Like, so there's a lot of things that we've done over there, just based from a fucking hashtag. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
Listen to him. He has a hashtag for everything. You follow his story. I remember Take Care of Harlem. I remember Pizza and Henny.
Yes.
Pizza Times and Henny. Those parties were lit. That's so true. So what I've learned from you is the importance of a hashtag.
Yes.
Creating what it is that you feel is missing.
Correct.
Like being attentive when you are in a room to see like what's missing, what's something that you would like to see, and then doing that.
And there's always something missing.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how you look at it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to tell somebody to start something dope because they don't believe that what they're starting is dope sometimes.
You gotta believe in it.
You gotta believe in it. And that's so hard, yo.
What advice would you give someone? Because you were grandfathered into the business of 5001 flavors. But say someone wants to start their own. What's like 3 tips that you would give a future designer out there?
Believe in your work, meaning if you say something is 300, it's 300. What I would tell someone is to believe in your brand, and $300 is $300. Don't let them mind fuck you into saying you're not worth $300. No, I feel my shit is worth $300. Same thing as an artist. An artist can tell you their paint is $10,000. Who are you to tell that person? This is what I created. I put my time and energy into it, so it's 300. That's the first thing I would tell somebody.
Yeah.
Second thing is get a group of people who are not supporters but a team. And people confuse supporters and a team all the time. And this is what I mean. People believe support is your friends and family are not support. That's not support. Because if you create a brand, if you create a t-shirt, your first customers are your family.
Okay.
You don't realize if your shit is hot until strangers wear it. So when I be, I love taking a train and bus. When I'm out in the world and you see shit like, oh shit, like you don't have supporters until people you don't know are supporting you. Your family's gonna support you. You could make fucking holy socks. Oh, that's my baby, I love you. Auntie little baby, I love your holy socks. Man, it is dope. That's very important. So even when somebody does events, I'm like, the first people you start with your family. That's your core. They're gonna come no matter what. If it fucking rains, snow, it's hot as hell outside. Your family needs to be there. Your family needs to support you. But people come in all the time saying their designer, what's the tips, and they show me like it be their friends. They be in the picture. It be like people they know. And I tell them that all the time. And believe it or not, when I tell them, yeah, that makes fucking perfect sense because somebody told me that. Friends and family are not supporters. They are people who are going to support your shit. You need to get a team of motherfuckers who are going to be out there getting your shit where it needs to be. And now you on the train, you at an event, you're like, oh, I made that jacket. That's when you know you've made it.
So what are some like parts of the team? Like who are these members that's in the team?
Now that is a real support system. And the reason why I say family can be because they're going to support you no matter what.
Yeah.
You got to get motherfuckers who are not emotionally invested with you because your family are emotional. Like this show, your family is emotionally invested. They're going to promote you no matter what, whether it's dope, whether it's whack, whatever. You need to get people who have no connection to your emotions saying, don't be, this shit is dope. Like when you get those type of motherfuckers around you, part of your team, like, nah, this shit is dope.
Well, it's hard to find.
It's hard to find those people, but when they present themselves, sometimes it's scary because you don't know the person angle. So there's a lot of times, like I have a lot of dudes who, who invested in my success, meaning just as a friend, not financially. And it scares me and I'm kind of like short sometimes because it's not that I don't trust the energy, I just don't know what you want. But some people don't want nothing. I promise you, I got dudes in my life right now who are best friends to me, who came to me and said, yo, I just want to be around. Wow. And it was nothing, it was no... they know I'm not giving them money, I'm not giving them free shit. They like, nah, I like your energy, I like what you're about. I'm trying, because, we're from the hood. Like, I'm from the projects. Like, I know a lot of street dudes.
Yeah.
So they're saying, yo, I just want to change my energy. And they come around and they're like, oh, shit, this motherfucker really chilling. Like, you don't want nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's no angle. And And we do need to allow those people in our lives, because a lot of times, like, no new friends. We do need new friends.
Yeah,
like, we need all type of different friends. But you do have to get a team of motherfuckers who are connected to what you're doing, but not emotionally connected to you. And it can be your family.
So please comment down below on how you enjoyed this conversation. Subscribe. You heard me say conversation, but you know what I'm saying. And we'll be back next week. And make sure you're continuing the conversation on Twitter using the hashtag Amor Conversation.
Okay.
You know.
Getting there.
All right. And until next time, thank you all so much for watching.